Miss Hannah Burke available?
Yes, this is her.
Hello, Miss Burke. My name is Ron Phillips, and I work for the Jensen Law Firm. I'm calling you today because our records indicate that you recently turned 18. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, Miss Burke, we're required by law to notify you that you are now entitled to the documents pertaining to the death of your father. Would you like a copy of these documents to be sent to your current address?
Yeah, that would be good, thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Burke. Have a nice day.
That better not be one of those goddamn boys calling you again.
No, it definitely wasn't. I think the whole school knows you'd kill any boy that tries to talk to me.
Listen, that last boy, Teddy?
Norman.
Kid's an idiot. You do a lot better than hanging out with a dope like him.
Norman's gonna be class valedictorian.
Who gives a shit? Norman is an asshole.
Yeah, you're right. Norm is an ass.
So, did you hear anything from your guidance counselor about that school?
No, I already told you. She doesn't know anything. We'll just have to wait and see when I get the letter.
Okay, I'm just asking. Eat up, I have to drop you off early at school today. I have to swing by and see Bill again before work.
You have to see Bill again? It's like the third time this month. You've got to stop smoking those goddamn cigarettes.
2 things. First, you watch your tongue around this table. And second, I have to go see Bill so I can get cleared so I can go to work. Oh, and C, if I ever see you with one of those goddamn cigarettes, you'll wish that Teddy had kidnapped you and taken you to Iraq or one of those godforsaken places.
It's Norman.
Whatever. Finish up so we can get going, okay?
Hi there.
Yeah, hi, Tim Burke to see Dr. Bill Polinsky.
Oh, okay, Mr. Burke. If you could just have a seat right over there, let him know you're here.
Thank you.
Hi, Tim. Dr. Polinsky's ready to see you now. Right this way.
Hey Tim, how you feeling? Holding up okay?
Well, considering the circumstances, I'm terrific.
Good. That's real good. Oh, and by the way, thanks for picking me up some cigarettes. But I gave up smoking a long time ago.
For fuck's sake, Bill, I'm dying. Can't I enjoy a little bit of the time I have left?
If you want to keep on smoking, be my guest, but you gotta know it's cutting down on what little time you have.
Yeah, I know all that, but it helps me take my mind off of everything, you know? Well, so have you got any news for me or what? I don't want to waste any more of my precious time hanging around here, you know?
I'll try to keep it brief, but the cancer has spread from your lungs to your brain.
Yeah, I know all that shit. What's new?
Well, we know a little more about the progression. The cancer will result in a coma. We don't know when that will happen, but what we do know is that when it happens, we won't be able to pull you out of it.
A coma. Just like my brother. Just like Henry.
Just like Henry. Henry's coma was caused by the car accident, and yours will be caused by the cancer, but in the end, you will end up in a very similar situation. Tim, I wanted to tell you, to allow you to start to plan with Hannah. That's all.
Bill, I haven't even told her yet.
What? Tim, you have to tell her. I know you're scared, but she needs to know the truth. Tim, I can't stress enough to you how little time you have. Hannah needs to know the truth about your cancer.
Bill, I'm not afraid to tell her that I'm dying.
So what's the problem?
The problem is, I still haven't told her about the night her father died.
Can I go in and see him, Dr. Bill?
Of course you can. Now, remember, your daddy's sleeping, okay?
Okay, I won't waken.
So how is he? He's gonna make it, right?
Your brother is alive, but it's complicated.
What are you talking about? You said he was going to make it.
Brother is in a coma. He's alive, but only because of the machines we have him hooked up to. Tim, there is no sign of any brain activity. We've managed to save his body, but Henry's gone. Do you understand?
I wanted to tell her, but in my eyes, she's always just a little kid. But she's 18 now, and she deserves to know the truth. But every time I go to tell her, all I can see is that little kid in the hospital room, and I just can't do it.
Tim, you did what you did because it was the best for Henry and for Hannah.
I was thinking about telling her tomorrow. Go by the cemetery, pay our respects, and then tell her afterwards. I was even thinking about writing all my thoughts down on a piece of paper beforehand, get all the thoughts organized.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't worry, Tim. These things have a way of working themselves out.
Hannah, I was thinking after school today, maybe we'd stop by and pay our respects to your dad. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been a while since my last visit. That sounds fine.
Great. I'll pick you up at school when your classes get out.
Okay. Oh, Uncle Tim. The guidance counselor said we should be seeing a letter from the university any day now.
Great. It's about damn time. I want you out of this house as soon as possible.
Oh, shut up. And besides, I don't even know if I'll get accepted.
What? Of course you'll get in. I know you'll get in. You're way too smart not to. Just get your stuff together so you're not late for school.
Okay.
Dad. I've been waiting to hear back from the university I applied to. Uncle Tim says I'll definitely get in. He's convinced that I inherited your smarts and his good looks. God, I hope that's not true. I've been thinking a lot about the night you passed. I remember thinking you were going to be okay. That Uncle Tim would make everything okay, just like in your stories. That night, more than anything, I wish we could have saved you. But sometimes Uncle Tim reminds me we don't always get to make the choice we want. Sometimes we have to try and do the best with what we're given. I miss you.
Hey, you have a good day at school?
Yeah, it was all right.
So you want to head over to the cemetery or do you want to go home first?
Let's head over there now. I wrote a letter for him, so I want to drop it off soon.
That's really good of you, Hannah. I'm sure that your dad would appreciate it.
Yeah, just a way to keep him in my life and let him know I'm thinking about him. I miss you, Dad. I remember him telling me stories about you guys when you were kids. There was one he always used to tell. It was when you guys went to Miss Harrison's bakery and stole a bunch of donuts from behind the counter. And then her husband Mike caught Dad, but you stepped in and said you did it. You said you were the one who stole the donuts. Dad said Grandpa took you out and gave you a whipping so bad you couldn't walk for a week. But you never told anyone that it was him. My dad really thought the world of you, Uncle Tim. I just thought you should know that.
I know this is difficult, Tim, but we will need an answer. It's your decision, yours alone.
I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can just sign his life away.
I don't know what you want to do, but what I do know is that Henry isn't here anymore. You have to ask yourself, what is the best for Henry and for Hannah?
It's gonna be okay, kid.
Tim Burke.
I'll be in a minute.
Hey, good to see you. Just wanted to have a quick talk.
Sorry, do I know you?
Oh, my name's Elliot. Elliot Manning. My boy's Norman Manning. He's been hanging out with Hannah for a few weeks. Did you go overboard and threaten him?
Yeah, first of all, really nice to meet you, Elliot. And secondly, yeah, I kind of did threaten him. He's been bothering Hannah at school and calling here late at night. And I guess last week he called late and kind of yelled at her. So I returned the favor and I yelled at him. And I guess I threatened him and told him I'd kill him if he ever bothered her again. So this has been great. Nice meeting you.
Well, okay, but that's not okay. Great talk.
What you got there?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me, because it looks like you let my dad die. How the fuck could you not tell me this? You let me think that my dad died from the accident, but really you signed some paper letting them shut off the machines? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hannah! Hannah, open the door, please. I wanted to tell you the truth for so long, but I just didn't know how to. I've never been able to forgive myself for what I did, but I had to make a decision. Your father wasn't coming out of that coma. So I had to try and do what was best for you and for him. I'm sorry. I should have told you sooner.
I can't believe you just gave up on him. You were his brother.
I know.
I'm never gonna forgive you for this. My father's never gonna forgive you for this. You killed him.
Hannah, I'm so sorry. I loved you and your father so much. I'm so sorry.
Please just go away. Just leave me alone.
Burke available?
Yeah, this is her. Who's this?
Miss Burke, I'm a nurse at Marywell's hospital. Your uncle has been brought in, and you're the only contact listed.
What? Is he okay?
Miss Burke, your uncle is in critical condition. You need to come to the hospital and...
Bill, what's going on? Where's my uncle?
Hannah, your uncle is in a coma. The police found him beside his truck at Miss Harrison's bakery. Has he ever told you anything about his condition?
His condition? No. What are you talking about?
Hannah, about a month ago, your uncle found out that he had terminal cancer. His lungs and his brain are covered in tumors.
Oh my. He's gonna be okay though, right? He's gonna come out of this.
We have him stabilized on a couple of machines now, but it's only really the machines that are keeping him alive.
I can't believe this is happening. I never got to tell him that. I never got to tell him that my father would have understood.
I think perhaps it's best that you come see him now.
I'm so sorry. I never meant those things I said. I know you were just doing what you had to do. I can't lose you too.
You know, Hannah, after your father's accident, I told your Uncle Tim that we had managed to save your father's body, but we hadn't saved the real Henry. I hate to tell you, Hannah, but these things happen again. You have a choice to make. You have to decide whether to let these machines keep him alive or whether you need to let your uncle pass on. You know, when your uncle was here last year, he said he wanted to tell you himself. But he wanted to write it down first. When the police found him, they found that in his jacket pocket. And they found this on the pavement beside him.
Hannah, the night your father passed was one of the worst nights of my life. That night, I had to make a decision. The decision to either let your father pass on or simply keep his body alive. I chose the former. That decision still haunts me, but I did it because it was the best thing for both of you. I think Henry would have wanted it that way. Soon there's going to come a time when you two will have to make a decision. I'm not going to be around much longer, but when that time comes, I know that you'll do the right thing and let me go. Your father would be proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.